Yes, you were speaking with Morwen, and you were asking Morwen several questions along the lines of how's Theo, where's Dylan Trust, what's happened, all that kind of stuff. And she's mentioned that she doesn't. Well, she basically relayed the information that there was no message received from Lothlorien, so there was no receiving note. Yeah?
Yes.
Right.
And that last time she spoke to Theo, he was taking a small nomadic kind of like caravan of refugees south towards Calnhad and the White Mountains.
What I should also ask Morwen, by the way, because of knowing like what Thea was doing when she left, roughly, because I don't know if I asked, like roughly how long ago was that when she left Thea?
A few days ago, probably maybe 3-4 days ago.
Like 3-4 days ago.
Yeah, about 3-4 days ago. It wasn't long ago.
So you were booking it to get here.
Oh yeah, she was riding. She came straight here. She didn't obviously take any detours or anything like that. She didn't go via Isengard. She didn't go via Helm's Deep or anything like that. She came straight here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which we should have kind of done.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, they're barricading the bridge. They're barricading the bridge with a very hefty kind of fortification of like upturned carts, people's like sideboards and wardrobes and things like that, and people's doors and some fencing and lots of crisscrossing of logs and things like that, and just piled up dressers and all that sort of stuff. Yes, really, really, really well high barricaded kind of thing. It's not going to stop. Like, if they decide to pour oil on it and set fire to it, then yes, it'll go up in a blaze. But it will stop the 40 to 60 or so orcs further to the south from actually getting across, because the what's left of the town guard, because these are not militia, they're not an army or anything like that.
No, of course
the town
not.
guard will just start pinning them down with arrows and firing at them, and that will slow the orcs down. But as far as you know, a lot of the South Shore has been flooded. It's under about a foot of water. Yeah. Due to some unusual reason of why the river has actually has burst its banks. And all the houses and the workshops and the warehouses and things like that are washed out. A lot of it's all like there's driftwood and reeds and upturned trees and all the rest of it just crashed into some of the boats and things like that. And the jetties are being swamped. And the orcs are not crossing the bridge. They're just quite happily like ransacking and raising the south shore of Tharbad, basically setting fires, breaking windows, drinking the taverns, empty dry, just being an absolute pain and commotion. But they're more of a psychological threat onto the civilians on the central island, on the middle island, and on the north shore.
So the bridge on this side here.
Yeah, the south bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely blocked, and all the orcs around there are on that side. Yes.
Yeah, they're on the south shore. Yes.
They're fighting our armies now.
Yes.
Which I think, it hasn't the drawings. I can't remember like how I divided them.
You divided them.
I think roughly into 2 groups.
3 groups, but the numbers I specifically put in them.
Oof!
Oh, hi!
Thank you, Whisper.
There we go. Okay. You had 60, so you had 100, like 100 down here, kind of thing. 60 only are like hanging around the gate, causing a commotion. 100 on standby, and 40 you're told to head. Like
to watch.
To watch out.
If anybody is coming from behind.
Yes.
Because of what I saw in the dream.
Yeah, you had some kind of some intuition as to that there was going to be a WAG party or WAG patrol or something like that. That's going to be
And then
arriving.
if there's anybody to do like a warning, and then everybody
Everybody
to
was
retreat.
to evacuate north, following the Grey Flood north into Egrian. Yes?
Yes.
And to avoid as much
Okay.
confrontation with the inhabitants of Moria, who seem to be spilling out of the orcs and the trolls and everything else that comes out of Moria, all the goodies, and now basically burning and ransacking most of Egrion and the northern region, which you sailed past, including the cider farm.
What?
Including the cider farm.
The cider farm.
Yeah, the cider farm. Further up the river, where you took the boat, and you stopped off on the first night when Estelle and Theo kind of were introduced to each other. Yes. All the cider farms that are further north, and all the other farmlands that seem to be further north, they're all under the
I
threat.
forgot about them.
Or they're all under the threat.
I remember the cider, but I forgot about the farm.
Yeah, they're all under the threat of being attacked and being raided by the beasties coming out of Moria.
If I remember correctly, that when you like set the numbers down, Zelly, the people that are doing the watch, did you like tell them if like was it Saruman's forces coming? Was it?
I didn't think I was specific. I was just saying if you see a party.
If you see a party of wags or something like that.
Yeah. I
Funny.
was specific to you and Olwe,
Yeah.
but not to the men.
But I'm just thinking, did you tell the men if they did see like a party coming from behind that's not theirs, like head this way? Like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking, so but basically like all these guys just like head this way.
Yeah. They'll do a blowhoi thingy. We would hear it as well. Blah 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 blah.
Well, some type of signal anyway, so
Yeah.
but still, now I know the situation because I was worried that the orcs would be around this side.
No. They were all staying in the south.
I know. No, I was just saying that I thought the orcs like have taken over like the whole thing, and that's why they were all around here.
That's
And
what
I
happens
thought
when
that
we
was
haven't done this in 3 weeks.
I know. This is what Zabby was thinking at this moment. She was worried that since you guys like kind of knew what the front was, that she was a bit worried of the inside areas, that there was going to be more of them. But it seems from this sort of standout, that's not to appear to be the case. So okay, we're here.
We're walking towards here.
Yeah.
You're walking towards the Dusty Jug area.
Yeah.
First.
So we've got Orwe, we've got Morwin as well.
Morwen is staying to. She's commanding the fortifications on the bridge.
Oh,
Okay.
she's staying?
Yeah, she's staying. She's commanding them. Remember
Oh,
these.
so I'm not walking with her then.
No, you're not
Great,
walking
okay.
with her. No, she's staying. She's staying to supervise the fortifications of the bridge. These are town patrol. These are town guards. Remember, there's been no militia. The former chancellor hasn't been in charge of Tharbad for like since you left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's been nobody, no figurehead in charge. There's been no mayor. There's been because there's no mayor. Like there's just just a person who kind of like runs the show.
Yeah, that could be why.
Did I tell Morwen
That could-
about that the party is probably coming? The one I said that was in my dream, the walk party.
Yeah.
Did I say that
Flag,
before?
Yeah.
flag, flag.
Yeah, she said that barrier won't stop them.
Yeah, so we better do this quick.
Yeah, so she's
But
got.
I think it's also just to make sure that just don't believe in Grimma. Like, never have the people let him in if he asks.
Oh yeah, she's gonna come knocking.
If he comes knocking, hello.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
No, it's not going to work.
But yeah,
Evil, completely evil. We're done.
yeah, that's just crazy. No, it's not going to work. But yes, we're talking about like they're not army trains. There's no garrison in Tharbad. There's no actual army. There's no commanding officer. There's like it's basically just town patrol, like a police service kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, just town security. That's all it is, and most of it is humans. There's not many elves. There's not many hobbits. They're mostly all humans. They're a mixed match of Gondor and people from Bree, and the Breeland areas. And a lot of them are very young. They're not the elderly or anything like that. And a majority of them have bows. Okay, some of them have swords, some of them have bows, but. For protection-wise, armor-wise, they're not trained in being able to use full-plate armor, so they're using like a mixed match of chain and leather and various other bits and pieces like that.
Yeah, we've got to get these civilians out of here somehow.
If we end up doing the retreat plan, like the men go all north, and if we're in shit, we also go north.
Will
Morwen be staying behind?
Morwen will do her best to try and hold that bridge.
Okay.
Okay. But your Rohan guards, your Rohan people are on the south shore. You are now on the central isle. So if you're going to retreat, the only place you're going to be retreating to is to the north side.
Yeah,
well,
we just have to run that way. I know.
You'd be separated by a river.
That would be our only option, unfortunately.
And it's not a little river either.
No, of course not. We know that.
No, it's a great...
because there should be a bridge at some point up north, right? Across the bridge, or no?
No, there's no bridge. Down here is the sea. Down this way is the sea, the open ocean. North of you is Rivendell.
Yeah, but we can cross where Rivendell is, right?
Yeah, it's just a very long walk to take, like... what's the population of this place? 21,000 people.
Yeah.
And the horses are on the south. Our horses.
Your horses, your men, your Rohans are on the south shore.
And the horses we were on.
Right? Yeah. The three horses that you were on, yes, you didn't put them on the boat. You couldn't get them on the boat, so you left them on the south shore.
Yeah. So if
we left, I'm just curious. If we have left them, then wouldn't that be the case for the horse to return back to its owner?
Well, the Rohan horses.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
They're waiting for us.
They'll wait.
Because they're assigned to us. They're our horses right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what.
They're not borrowed horses. They're our horses.
Borrowed.
I know. I know. I get that.
Yeah. After a certain
I
length
was
of
just
time,
double-checking.
after a certain length of time, like if the horse feels completely confident that its owner's never going to return, then yes, the horse will return back to where it was assigned from.
Yeah. So.
But usually they just stay.
Yeah. So, anyway, as like Estelle and Zelly and Orwe are walking
To the bar now.
to the bar.
Because I'm done with those questions for now. With Morwen.
Well, basically, like, it's walking talking now, so we walk and talk. I asked Estelle, so we're here now. What's the next step?
First, we're going to the Dusty Jugger, just double check on how that place is, and then we'll scout out my house.
But wouldn't she be expecting us?
Most likely.
That's
why I don't want to go in immediately, though.
Also, what is so important about this particular pub you speak of that you think there?
I used to work there for a while. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. Technically, I still do. I'm on an indefinite leave right now.
Well, no wonder you're mostly skittish all these times.
Skittish?
Skittish! You know, of your quote-unquote mood swings?
Mood swings, yeah.
That's how I see it.
Just prone to old age.
Oh.
If you could see my face right now.
I don't have to. I can feel the heat.
No.
Oh, God.
Estelle's nose flares angrily.
Well, in any case,
Say a
if you
word.
Well, in any case, if you feel like going there is possibly important, then by all means we can like look around and search.
Okay, so you're walking off in this direction, yeah?
Aye.
Okay. Yeah, you're walking through the streets and you can see like the streets are kind of like it's a mixture of like people who are just trying to get on with their daily lives. There's people hanging washing out.
Mm-hmm.
There's like they're going about their normal daily business. You know what I mean? There's people cleaning. There's people like trying to open shops and get things out and all the rest of it. It looks like a typical normal day, except you can tell that there seems to be an edge on everybody.
Like like the face expression, like they're uncomfortable about something,
Like,
they're
yeah,
worried
it's like,
about
it's
something.
like it's a city under siege, but they're
Not completely.
not completely under siege, but it's a
Yeah.
city under siege, and people are trying to get on with their daily lives. They're well aware of the state of the South Shore. They know that it's been attacked, they know it's under attack, they know it's under occupancy, and they know that it's also under flooding. But they're just trying to get on with like doing what they normally do. So it seems like for Olwe and for Zabi, it's a typical city kind of atmosphere kind of thing. But for Estelle, there is something different about it. Like it's not. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you're walking along the streets. You're walking along the streets, heading towards the Dusty Jug.
Yes.
Yes.
Theo.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, we got a Theo? We got a Theo.
Oh, yeah. I was looking away then.
Eh?
I was looking to my left because I heard some noise out the window.
Ah, okay. Theo, you are... I can't remember where you were last at. Where were you last?
I'm standing in the library with Diltras.
You're standing in the library with
You just
Diltras.
finished
Diltras
reading
just finished reading through those books. Diltras is looking as it like holding the book as if okay, I've done what you've asked now. What's all this all about? And you have received all the information that Diltras has kind of read to you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually part of my notes from the last time we did this, did a shit ton of translating.
You did a hell of a lot of translating. You did, yeah, a hell of a lot of translating.
Yeah, it's a shame that you don't actually get anything in XP for that.
No. But
Translation EXP.
Yeah.
XP in translation. No, you don't get that. But it still might play to your advantage, knowing exactly what. It might have unlocked some kind of information or some kind of some things that you might find useful.
He says.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So you say.
So I will. I'll thank Dylan Traz for reading that to me. I will ask you. So you came here as well because you think the mercenary that you fought is heading this way as well.
Well, it's the information that I was given, so...
Why don't you and me take a little walk around town and see if we can spot him?
Sounds like a good idea to me. He has something that belongs to me, and I want it back.
If you would like to wait out front while I quickly go and grab my stuff.
Big honking... Before he leaves, I say to him, a big honking sword to cut off this guy's head with would not be a bad idea. What? Sorry, I said a big honking sword to cut off this guy's head with would not be a bad idea.
Oh, right, yeah, I've got many swords, don't worry.
He's got a choice.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Nice sharp one will do you good.
I will go and don my armor and equipment.
Okay.
And while I'm in my bedroom, I wanted to pull out the cursed sword just to get the roll over and done with. to see if I'm going to be susceptible to this sword today.
Susceptible to the sword today. Okay, so you're going to draw the sword. You're in your room.
Yep.
Yes, you're drawing your sword. You have to take a resistance roll.
Yep.
Versus cursed item. What is your... What is it? It's level 40 or something. Level 40 resistance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thought it was. Yeah, it's quite significant. Let me find the resistance table. So what level are you?
I'm level 7.
69 plus... Oh, I see. 69 plus 25. 69 plus 25. This is where I need like 4 screens.
80... something. 86? No, that's not right.
69 plus 25. Need 94. What's your channeling resistance?
I have no idea. I don't actually understand if they go up or not for my team.
No, it'll just say channeling RR at the bottom of your character sheet.
Is that the bottom
Channeling.
where your base spells will be? There's channeling RR.
Resistance roll channeling. This is a dark channeling spell.
Oh,
Oh,
it
dear.
is based in your intuition.
Get up on the
Okay.
Oh, I need to go on the website because I can't find the right piece of paper.
Alright, okay. I see it. The character sheet is channeling
Oh,
RR. Channeling resistance roll total. Whatever that is now.
Oh shit. I thought I was gonna be faster than you, Lee, of finding your stuff. If you can't find it at the bottom.
No, I seem to have missed that bit of the page. I'll have to go and grab it in a sec.
Give me a second, I can tell you.
Alright, somebody shout it out then.
Already.
You're channeling RR. Let me make sure it's your sheet.
0.
Yes, darkly.
It's 0.
Your-
Don't worry.
It's 0 because your intuition is 0.
Okay. So you need 94 or higher.
94. Okay, let's roll.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's the first roll of the night, guys.
Don't worry, it's not going to affect me too much.
He says.
Uh-huh.
See how I even...
Wait, what?
You got 100!
No!
I wasn't even trying! I thought I wasn't going to care about it. Oh my god!
That's amazing!
That's so good.
The last game, the last recording,
The la-
Theo finally gets a 100.
Wow. Didn't
The
even
dice
care.
gods
Well,
have
you know,
delivered. Oh, you didn't roll the dice today! That is why!
I had rolled
Oh, you
earlier.
did!
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Oh, okay.
Either
yeah,
way, the dice gods have delivered.
I got a natural 100, so...
Natural 100. Okay, yeah. So you draw the sword.
I willed it.
It's a real nice sword.
Yeah, the sword.
You feel that the
Did I?
you feel
You feel a
the,
tiny
like
tingle.
a power coming from the sword. It's got it's got like that high pitched steel like ting to it. You know what I mean? Like seems to be like vibrating down the actual blade. You can feel it like the power as if it's coming all the way from the tip and it's traveling all up the blade with this emanating wave pattern, and it's spreading into the handle and then spreading into the the hilt guard and then into your hand.
So I decided...
It's incredibly light. Like it's two-handed, but you're holding it with just one hand and thinking, I could hold this is like usable with just one hand.
Yeah, no problem.
And then you grab hold of it with two hands and you start like posing in front of a very, very long mirror. It's like you're like practicing like amazing stances. Like maybe I should use it with one hand, and you kind of like stand face up, face onto it, and then you go into like a back stance, and you hold it with two hands, and you're thinking, yes, this is a real nice sword. This.
So I adorn the sword as long with my
There's
other
the
two
little
swords.
cough as well. He's like...
I smart myself up. And I equip all 3 swords.
All 3 swords.
Oh,
Yeah,
he has no 3 arms, but he has 3 swords. Maybe 4.
God.
I will hold you from
I'm
swords.
sorry.
Well, maybe I should keep my silver sword in.
I'm so sorry.
Should I equip only 2 swords? I'll take only 2 swords.
How many do you want to use?
I'm going to use the 2, so I will only take 2.
You're taking
I'm
2
going to take
swords.
the cursed sword and my darkness.
Dark sword. Okay, the dark blade.
No, I'm going to leave that one behind.
Okay. Right. After like spending like several moments deciding, which fashion accessory should I take out with me today?
Pretty much. I'm holding it up going, which one looks better on me today?
And you're standing and posing in the mirror and doing various stances. Yes, and spinning them around and all the rest of it is like, yes, and then doing various poses, and then just before you start getting to the one-liner sarcastic kind of like punchlines, rehearsals, you stop yourself and think, nope, this is getting too far. This is getting too out of hand.
Pick that up later on.
I'll do that when I'm alone.
Okay, right. So you've got your swords. You've drawn your cursed sword. You've successfully resisted the dark channeling powers that are inside the blade of the sword.
What?
I can't believe I resisted. I didn't plan on resisting it at all. That's why I was really like, I hit a 0. I'll just roll again anyway. I'm not bothered trying to flick it.
Okay.
It's like, it's 100. Wow!
I think the fact that you weren't bothered.
Yeah, that was
That might help. Yes. Okay.
I will find Freya. No. Yeah, Freya.
Yes.
Let her know that I'm going on patrol with Dylan Traz to look for a dodgy guy who has gingery beard, baldish on top.
Go looking for a dodgy guy. Okay. You find Freya. She's wandering down one of the corridors, the longest corridor of this actual manor house. And you explain to her that you and Dylan Traz are going out looking for a dodgy guy.
Yeah. I give her a little description. And I would say that's it. Yeah, like the brown beardy, the guy wearing sort of a dark coloured armour.
When will you be back?
I'm not too sure. About probably early afternoon, let's say.
Early afternoon?
Yeah, we have a little walk around and see what the town's like and meet people.
Well, she'll just keep an eye on what's happening around here while you're gone. She says she'll occupy herself with her main jobs.
Cool. Keep my horse fed.
Okay.
I'll walk out the door.
You go out the door and you see Dylan Traz.
Who's hopefully sitting in a tree.
There's a tree.
Looking for trees.
Well,
Look
it's
for
sitting in a tree, like sitting on a branch of a tree or sitting near a tree.
On a
just
branch of a tree, and then Theo
tree,
comes
yeah.
out and is
Sort
wondering.
next to a
Bored.
mansion that has no trees.
I thought there was trees.
There is trees around. Yes, there is trees
Yeah,
around. But
Not ones that could support my weight.
well, yes, there probably is one or two that's supporting your weight, but it's more
Well,
of like
near
a
the
psychological thing. As Theo comes out of the mansion and he's got his 2 swords and he's looking all regalia and everything like that, and he's actually looking quite. He's got a nice pleased grin on his face for some reason, and he's wondering why you have this deep fascination with having to sit and wait for people in a tree.
What are you doing in the tree, Dylan Traz? What's the fascination with a tree? You're always in a tree. 5 minutes, you're up in a tree.
Well, trees are awesome. Plus, what's your fascination with horses? You're always with a horse.
They get me to A to B. That tree's just staying there.
Tree does the same for me.
That tree's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't have to.
Yeah, when I leave a building, I don't wait on my horse. I don't get up on my horse and wait and then have to get off and then walk away.
The tree doesn't have to go anywhere. They're interconnected with other trees. Well,
Like what?
some are. Some are interconnected with other trees, plus the root system in the earth. It's all interconnected, dude. Oh, shit.
Dude.
Dude, you've been smoking those mushrooms, dude.
Dude. Like it.
Go for it, bro.
Just it's all interconnected, Theo. It's nature.
Really mushrooms, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go and walk around. Try to see if we can spot these people before anything happens.
Okay, I am going to jump down out the tree.
Okay.
Do I need to maneuver? Or
No, you
anything?
don't need to maneuver. Trust me, I'm letting you off easy before everything else. Jump out of the tree, no problem.
Awesome.
Okay, so you jump out of the tree. You join Theo, and you begin the actual the surveying of the village of Kalos. People are doing what they typically are doing. What is repairing window shutters, and repairing guttering, and repairing roofs. You hear a lot of banging going on, a lot of so on. It's still early-ish, yes, but it's that there is people out and about, kind of just doing the
I wish to
fixing the
do
village up a
a
bit.
circuit of walking around the top of the bit and then towards the woods.
Okay, so you're gonna circle around the village, then take the short road, the short
Actually,
trail.
no, we're going to walk around up to the T-junction, and we're going to go to the
What
pub.
T-junction?
There's a small T-junction to the south of the village.
And I want to go right towards the pub as I'm
You're
coming
going
down
towards the ivies.
Yeah, the Grey
Okay.
Ivies.
Yep.
In. Head
Okay.
there first.
All right. So you circle around. You see the exactly the way I've
Say
described
morning
it.
to people as I go past it with
Say morning. Yes, they kind of
Go
like
for it.
wave a hand and kind of like to give you a little bit of a nod of the head, and there's a it looks like a father and a son, a young son kind of thing, and the young son seems to be imitating his father by cutting smaller pieces of wood while his father's cutting great huge planks. And he's coming over and he's saying, no, you don't put your hand there, don't put your hand there, put your hand on this side of the saw. That kind of thing.
Seeing this, I kind of stop and, like, not at them and, like, not stop directly at these people and look at them. I just kind of watch it from a distance.
Okay, yeah, you're watching. Looking around the village, you can see like it's fairly quiet, but there's still this eerie, ominous presence seems to be coming from the gravewood.
We get there later on, don't worry.
We get there, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's like there's you have the feeling that there's something in the wood and it's watching you, but you can't see it. It's like you're not even sure what area of the wood. It just seems to be the wood. There's something in the wood and it's watching. But it's watching not just you. It's watching everyone. It's watching the village. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of know what it is now from reading that text written down. So
Yeah.
I've done. It's not that I don't know anything's watching me. It's that I'm well aware something's there and something's cracking.
Cracking.
Yeah, because it seems like there's a crap in their reality, their time, their area.
Like a rift or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or me missing 2 hours.
Yeah. There's like some spatial phenomenon kind of happening somewhere in the woods. Yeah. Something strange is happening in there. Not too sure what, or what it's related to, or what point, like what reason it's there for you, or why it's there, or whatever it is. But there is something there.
Strange in the old neighborhood.
Yes, definitely.
Who you gonna call?
Don't trust. Yeah. Send Dylan Trust in. Okay,
Actually, that might not be a bad idea.
he likes trees, doesn't he?
Yeah. When we get to the forest later on, I might just send him in.
Okay, you head towards you walk along the small little dirt track. It's like fences down either side of it. It looks like it's been tidied up. There's a couple of people there removing weeds and brambles and things like that, just cutting the way for the small little hand side, like a sickle kind of thing. And it's a quite pleasant day.
I'd like to do a perception roll.
4.
I just want to check to make sure that there's no kind of like shady characters in the area.
Anyone particular?
The mercenary?
Okay, yeah, do roll. That's terrible.
14.
14?
Plus your perception.
I'm gonna flick it. Which one do I flick?
You rolled both.
You
of
roll
them.
both.
Yeah, but do you not flick? Can I not flick?
Not when you roll both.
Oh, when you were
okay.
both.
Okay, well, it's 14 plus 66.
Alright, everybody's super
Wait,
happy,
wait.
super
Yeah,
friendly.
yeah, 66.
Yeah,
66.
everybody's super happy and super friendly, and there's not a shady character for 1,000 miles.
I kind of guess I should also do some perception because we are technically on the patrol looking for this dodgy man.
Yeah.
I guess I should maybe do that as well.
Good idea.
Okay,
I will roll and
do a perception roll. I'll do a perception because technically we're on patrol. Yeah.
Oh, we are technically, aren't we?
Do you see anybody shady and dodgy looking? No, everybody's happy. 61
Us.
plus your perceptions.
Plus 57.
Okay, you don't notice anything shady or out of the ordinary. It's pretty much the same as the way it was when you first arrived yesterday. But you find yourself being still drawn towards the grey wood. It's still odd. You're still wondering what happened in them 2 hours. Where did you go? What did you do?
Oh no, I'm wondering where all my hours are gone. You're so many.
You're completely, you're really convinced that you weren't in a bar and you weren't drunk. Yeah?
I'm pretty sure I saw dead people.
So you saw dead people? You think, yeah, you saw dead people, But yeah, you're not worried what, don't know what happened, but it's definitely in the wood. And although it's kind of at a distance, it's literally in your backyard. It's something that you can't keep putting off. You know what I mean? It's like it's not going to go away. I know, it's not going to go away. It's something you're going to have to deal with. But it's kind of like, well, you're hoping later rather than sooner.
I'm going to speak to. I motion to them, try to come over here and we'll have a little word with some people, just the people that do the reading or something.
Okay.
I just want to stop one of them very quickly and say that I've just been informed, that by Lib Transphere the elf, who has travelled from Wall as well, to know that there are some mercenaries heading up this way. Now, there's only one of them heading this way apparently, so if any of you see a guy, describe him, male, red gingery, brown beard, less hair on top, like bald. That's what I've written down, so bald. I've got bald.
Bold kind of covers it. It was just the way you said it, less hair on top.
Trying to be polite, but
Yeah. Well, bold is a
If any
polite
of you
word.
see one, describe or matches that through, could you please either inform me, doing Transphere the elf, or my nurse, my aide?
He might be. He might have a tender shoulder. He might be kind of like nursing a shoulder or have a sling at this particular point in time.
Okay. They'll keep an eye out. Hey, you see, you make your way down the small, kind of dirt-trodden path towards the original stone road, the Great Road, the East-West Road, which is cobbled and flagstoned. It's kind of it's a clear day. It's quite cold, but it looks like there's definitely snowing in the White Mountains further to the south towards Calnhard. You can see that it is actually snowing. Not heavy, but it is snowing. But it's predominantly just a quiet kind of day for you guys. Okay, quite fresh, quite dry. But yeah, you do have this kind of, there is an issue with the wood. I need to sort the wood out. I don't know where I'm going to start. I don't know how I'm going to deal with it, but I'll deal with it when it happens. told everybody to keep an eye out for a mercenary. General description. And other shady characters. Dylan Trust is happily just moseying along, not noticing any strangeness or any people out of the ordinary. He's not even...
Busy staring at that boy soaring.
Oh yeah, he's kind of watching things happening in different people's gardens and yards and houses, and people, like I say, shutters have been fixed, doors have been fixed, roofs have been repaired, that kind of thing. People weeding the path, weeding the gardens, that sort of stuff. Filling wheelbarrows with junk and rubbish and building compost heaps and all that sort of thing. Trying to get this town or small village into shipshape as best as it possibly can. Okay, so you're making your way to the main road. You get yourself to the main road and you are turning towards the Grey Ivies, yes?
Yes.
Okay, you are making your... It's a short way, it's about 15 minutes walk to the Grey Ivies. It's outside of the actual town of Carlost, just a short distance. And you're making your way down towards that area. Zabby! You got Zabby? Zabby?
Sorry.
There we go.
Thought we lost the one there. I was like, thought we lost one.
No, I apologise. I got distracted by other things.
Okay. You are making your...
Apologies.
Sorry, you're making your way through Tharbad streets. On the central island, you're passing various shops, merchants, and things like that. And people open up the shutters, and they're bringing out barrow wagons of like goods and stuff like that. Small little market stores. They're still trading. The quality of the merchandise seems to have gone down moderately. Yeah. There is well, all of them seem to have gone down. All the quality of the goods in this town seem to have like gone down. Prices seem to have gone up. There's been like a price hike because the city's under siege.
Yeah.
A lot of people are trying to like cash in on it, thinking, "Oh, this is the very last loaf of bread kind of thing. This is the very last like fish kind of thing." You know, that sort of thing. So the prices have been hiked up. The inflation's just
what, like the ridiculous prices?
We're not ridiculous. Just like, wow, that's a bit expensive. Or like, you know, like 2 loaves of bread.
Money grabbing.
Yeah, kind of thing. Yes, because nobody's in command. Nobody's in control. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows what's going to be, what's going to happen in the future. Like it's a city literally on the knife edge of war. Literally on the knife edge, because to the south of you, it is pretty much like onslaught of everything happening with evil forces moving into that region, and north of you, there is no rumour or talk or discussion of war. So Tharbad is on that knife edge. It seems it's all going to come down in Tharbad. Okay. You're making your way along the roads, passing various like shops and merchants and traders and things like that. And there's people out hanging the washing, like they've got washing lines above your head, kind of stretched between the buildings, that stretch the entire width of the street. With a pulley system, where maids go out and hang them out on lines and use a pulley system across the street from balcony to balcony kind of thing. And you can see all this is going on, and you're stepping around the puddles, and various other things. And you can see that there's an awful lot of children. There seems to be an awful lot of children, or at least a group of children, probably about 12 or 15 in size, aged around 6, 7, 8, 9-year-olds, mostly all human, playing around in an open court area kind of thing, around a small fountain that's up ahead. You can hear them like skipping and playing like some chalk games, drawing on some of the cobblestones and things like that, and no one seems to be kicking a ball around, and basically, you know, just doing what they normally do, which is like this. Do they realise that that especially Estelle Fair, you can see the look on Estelle Fair, like looking around, thinking, do these people not realise that just, you know, a few hundred miles from here, war is raging, war is breaking out, and they've got orcs on the south shore, ready literally to launch an attack. In fact, you're barricading your city against these these orcs, and they could quite easily just cross the river and just start attacking all these people. They've got no preparation whatsoever, and they just don't know what they're doing. They're just doing what they know they can do, which is basically just get on with things and just live through it, not knowing what's going to happen. So you go past these kids that are playing in this giant courtyard kind of thing, which is just here on the left hand side, just before you cross over.
Yes.
Through the city gates kind of thing, into the thieves' quarters. So you cross over this canal, leaving the children playing behind you around the fountain. Pass under the.
I think I would find a way to not be like. I don't really want to be visible from where I am to wherever my house is. So you know.
You don't want to be visible.
Yeah.
What do you mean by a line of sight? Or?
Well, no, yeah. Like if I was at my house right now and I looked out the window, would I be able to see me?
No, your house is this here T4.
Oh, okay.
This is your house.
I remind myself where my house is.
Your house here is T4. It's this small corner building here. It's got windows on both sides.
Why is it T4?
What,
Why does it have a letter on it?
Well, tragedy for you then?
T4.
Getting excited because she's got a dress.
I'm so sorry, Ansa. I know
I never knew
someone's
what
going
the
to be
exact
so
address
mad at
was.
me.
I just knew it was on that section in the Thieves' Quarter. I just never knew what the address, so I can circle my T4.
It's T4, yeah.
Where's the T4? There it is.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say this right now. To anybody listening to what I just said, tragedy for you. I do apologise. That was so bad.
Well, T4. You're in T4, which is it's a corner building. It's a 2-story building. Yeah. The house, it says, it's a story. It's a
Okay,
2-story
good
building.
then. They won't see me from when I go to here.
No. The
No,
houses
no,
are
of
very
course
close
not.
together. The houses in this area, in the Thieves' Quarter, are in Tudorian style. They are kind of like lopsided, twisted, bent, kind of odd shaped. You know, very, very close together. You can get one person can't literally pass another person in the side alleys, in the back alleys, and like between the buildings. They're built that close together.
Yeah.
According to like this is like 3. So
Yeah, 3 units. Yeah.
yeah, 3 units.
Yeah.
So-
which is probably about 300, about 30, 40, maybe 60 feet.
Okay, so is there like a window? Like I know I don't know this
It'll never
as a
be able to
character.
see. It'll never be able to see. If you look out that window, all you can see is just the house across the street. And if you look out the other window, you can see the house across the other way. That's all there is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No.
The front door is actually on the corner of the building, though. So it actually comes out on the corner.
Okay.
Okay, but that's Estelle's house.
Mhm.
So you're passing under a very large checkpoint, stone wall kind of thing, which divides the Thieves' Quarter. It runs the full length of the canal, the Rammer's Canal. We separate the Thieves' Quarter from the King's Quarter. Okay, you're passing under a very large stone gateway, and it's got a portcullis. The portcullis is up, and you can see that there is people running around doing the everyday kind of stuff in the streets through the portcullis. There's nobody manning the gate. There's nobody on the watchtowers of the gate, because there is a walkway where guards would stand and watch who's passing under the gate. Yeah, and at a moment's notice, what they can do is they can throw a lever. If they're up on top of that wall, they can throw a lever and actually drop a portcullis, or they can close the gates. Yeah, and you're noticing it's not manned, and there's people just moving around. There's barricades being pushed about. Occasionally, you do see that there is wagons, carts that seem to be getting loaded up with furniture and with people's possessions, like clothing and stuff like that. And you assume that these people are just getting ready to leave the city anyway.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
Yeah?
Can I just make sure on the way there, I did a roll for perception, like...
What are you looking for?
I just want to make sure that I don't cross. If I pass anyone that I do recognize, not like passerbys. Oh yeah, that's my neighbors, or that. I mean like people. Like if for a random reason the guy of the pub is out and about, or if my mother's gone out with the dog priestess just to roam around town, you know, just to make sure.
No,
because I am in home territory.
I know. You know something. It's kind of like you familiar with the people, but you don't know them on a personal level. You know, like she lives in that street kind of thing. She lives in that street, or he lives in that street, or you know.
That's a good damn roll too.
Damn roll as well, but yeah. You don't notice anybody who is very familiar with you, very like knows who your mother is and knows where you live and knows where you work and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. You're making your way down again. You're passing a small kind of well. Yes. At what's commonly referred to as the triangle. Onto a very wide open street. You're halfway down the very wide open street, and you can see just by looking to the left-hand side the small alleyway that leads to a courtyard area, which is where the Dusty Jug is at, and you can see there the stable block, and you can see a couple of other taverns as well seems to be surrounding it.
Can I go there?
Yep, you slip down a small, very narrow, damp, foisty smelling kind of alleyway. Literally you have to like turn yourself sideways to get down between the buildings. It's very, very narrow, and you squeeze between the buildings and you come out like at the end of it, just opposite the Dusty Jug.
If it's that narrow, how did Theo's cart get through?
Theo's car came down a different way.
Went through a different route.
Yeah.
Enough said on that.
Is really not...
Yeah,
it seems the same size like the other routes, that's why I was
slightly different route, yeah.
Yeah, Theo's cart and all that just basically
just came a different way.
Came a different way. Yeah, thank you, Whisper.
You just slip between the buildings. You're trying to approach the Dusty Jug without making people realise that is your destination. So you're using the small alleyways. Okay.
Yep.
You can see the Dusty Jug. It looks quiet. Doors open. It looks quiet.
Is stable hand around?
There's no stable hand around. You can see the doors to the stable shed itself are open.
Nothing's inside?
You can't see anything inside.
No horses, no nothing.
There's no horse. There's no cart.
Well.
Okay. Can I check the entrance of the jug?
The doorway is
just
open.
So you know, if your people have destroyed my car, you're reimbursing me.
Remember, the elves went looking for it. Oh shit!
You just realised?
But it depends if the elves went there before or after they took it away. You might still have a chance, Lee.
You still have a chance. Yeah, there's always a chance.
I just peek my head round?
The Dusty Jug has not changed at all. The Dusty Jug has always been the Dusty Jug for the last, like, as far back as you can remember. And it still looks exactly the same kind of thing. It's got them very thick kind of, like...
Is there anybody inside?
Glass windows. There's nobody inside. There's nobody inside. There's no bartender. There's no customers. There's nobody inside. But it's quiet, and it looks as if all the furniture is just exactly the way you left it.
Just nobody's manning it at this very moment.
Yeah.
Well, nobody you can tell is looking after it.
Zabby, just speaks up, so... Is this the place?
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure if anyone was actually around, but it doesn't seem like.
There's people around outside, kind of. Like,
Well, yeah,
but there's nobody
inside
in
the jug or
Dusty
even
Jug.
manning
It's
it
quiet.
at the
It's
moment.
quiet. You can hear the sounds from the street. As
Well-
you step inside the Dusty Jug or look inside the Dusty Jug, you can see there's nobody around.
I was hoping to see if there was any horses in there as well,
No,
but there's
no.
none either.
Well, it looks abandoned to me. Maybe some of the people.
Not necessarily abandoned. It's not necessarily abandoned. It's just
It's
there's
just
nobody
unmanned
about.
right now.
No,
Sorry
this is
about-
what Zabby's saying.
Mm.
It may not look it, but to Zabby, she's like saying, well, it seems to be abandoned, so maybe some of the people might have known about what's going on.
I think it's just unmanned for now if they're still around.
Hmm.
I mean, everything's. I mean, does it look like anything got packed up?
No, nothing's being packed up.
So.
Zabby's gonna be nosing. Is
Is the fire on? Is there no fire?
The fire's not on. No, fire's not on.
She's actually going to search around the Dusty Jug.
For
Any shinies?
any shinies.
Don't steal from the Dusty Jug, please.
It's unhanded.
Yeah.
Alwy's asking you and said, "Is this is where you work?"
Is that chandelier still broken?
Yeah.
It looks like somebody's attempted to repair it. It looks like it's been bent. It is more like an oval shape now than it is an actual a circular shape, and it looks like one of the chains is a little shorter than the rest. So it's kind of lopsided.
Yeah, can I look around the whole building, perception check for any shinies?
Perception check for
Except the
any
counter, don't.
Finders keepers, losers weepers.
Zabby's resorted to
You're looking
stealing
at
for-
well, currently on holiday worker from here, so technically it's now manned by me. So.
What are you doing, girl? That fire's not going to stoke itself.
Basically, I'm just gonna look for either any shinies or maybe something odd in particular, like something was left on purpose or something like that.
Left
you
on
know?
purpose. Okay, you can roll.
You know, like a
A
hint.
note.
A note.
Yeah, a note
Oh,
or
a note or
something
something.
like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
roll.
can I look for a note?
No, okay, right. Roll for a note.
Oh shit.
I will roll after for a note. Anything? Does it usually have a sign that says it's open and stuff? Is that?
And it has one in the doorway, yeah, and, on the door itself.
Plus perception check, which is 86.
Is it turned to open or close?
It's turned to open.
19.
Okay. Did it seem like someone was recently here?
100,
I don't know yet.
110, 120,
I'll add that to my
20,
perception after Jade.
30, 140.
All right, there's no note.
Right.
But you do see that there is some wet tankards. And that there is a tankard that's still got some ale in the bottom of it on one of the tables.
Remind me again, alcohol can be flammable, yes?
Only certain types. You couldn't set fire to wine or anything like that.
No.
No.
What about ale?
No.
Shit.
What kind of drink isn't? Oh, it's ale, isn't it?
Ale. Yeah, it's ale. It's just a normal.
It's ale.
it's
I was
very-
wondering if ale was flammable, but
No,
I
it's
guess not.
Ale's not flammable. It's water. It's water based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shiny?
No shiny. No, you can.
Shall I do perception
shinies, no.
for notes?
Shinies.
stuff?
Not the kind of place you're gonna find an awful lot of shinies. To be honest, it's not that glamorous of a
I
place.
know. When I mean shiny, I mean coin.
Queen.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm up the money.
Don't steal from an establishment that I used to work at, please.
You used to work at. Just a moment ago,
Well,
you
I
were still.
haven't.
Yeah, quite.
Well,
used to.
I'm on leave right now. I'm on a holiday.
Holiday.
So,
That's one
I'm
way of
on
describing it.
temporary,
so
temporal.
you say.
I'm on temporary leave.
That's one way of describing it. I'm on holiday.
So you say.
Yeah, I want to do a perception for any note.
Okay.
I do want to kind of just double check behind the counter and then check upstairs in the rooms.
Well, my
God.
perception check was like everywhere, so like up the stairs, around.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
There's no.
Upstairs.
You can
Every
roll if you
inch
want to
of
roll.
it.
You can roll if you want to roll.
Okay, I can roll.
You can roll if you want to roll. I don't mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm only gonna guess that you probably find the
with that.
same kind of thing as I did, possibly, because my total over about was 100 and.
No, that was stupid.
14.
I shouldn't have done
No,
that.
sorry. There's no. There's no notes, no messages or anything like that. There is a tankard that's been left on one of the tables. It looks like it's still got maybe a couple of mouthfuls of ale in it. So obviously the establishment is open and is being used. There's
No
a
one behind the counter?
There's nobody behind the counter. You have a listen. You don't necessarily have to go up all the way to the stairs, but you have a listen. You can't hear anybody upstairs.
Hmm.
And I can't hear anybody behind the back of the building. You know.
You can't hear anybody from behind the back of the building.
Well, for me, I would have like.
there would be
I would have walked up the stairs, wouldn't I? So.
Because behind the counter there's an opening to the back, right?
There's an opening to the back, and there's a staircase that goes up to the left-hand side.
I just had deja vu. Those sentences that you just said now, those were the same ones in my dream a few weeks ago. So
Clairvoyance.
yeah, clairvoyance.
Okay.
Oh, freaky.
Anyway, I'm
All
sorry.
right.
Continue.
Continue.
I'm just saying that
If there's nobody, then
it's opening to the back, and in the back there's a small kitchenette kind of area, like a washroom area, and there's a staircase that goes up on the left-hand side behind the bar. That goes up to a landing that turns around to the left. and you can see
anything that
a couple of
says
rooms up there. If you can't hear
the
anybody,
owner-
you can see by looking up the stairs that the room that's actually directly on the landing, facing the stairs, the door is open.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, one of the room doors is open, but you don't see anybody in there. You don't see anything like nobody
Can I
moving
check the
around.
room?
You check the room.
I wanted to.
It's the room that Aragorn stayed in.
I know this.
Yeah,
Yes,
you know
the room
this.
that- the room that
but
I
It was the
Sorry.
room I also stayed in. And
You
found
stayed in,
the
yes,
necklace.
and there's nothing out the ordinary. It hasn't changed. Nobody's decorated. Looks like it hasn't been cleaned a good bit. Like,
Yeah.
so whoever's like covering for you while you're on a holiday is not doing
A
a very
damn
good job. Not doing a good job.
I did leave unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the
but
other room? They're still
What
shut.
does it feel like? How, like, if I have to roll again, whatever. But like, what do I need to do to check? Like, what it seems. What does it seem like? How long ago the last person was in this building? Like, if someone obviously there was a tank at the ale left.
you
so
go
how
for the
long-
tankard of ale. From your experience of working in a dusty jug, you can smell the ale, and you can tell it was probably drunk either very early on the morning or late the night before.
So
So
much hours
late.
ago.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a few hours ago. Yeah.
Pretty much, yes.
Um.
Just by smelling it, because the scent of the ale changes over time.
Yeah. Are there other rooms?
There's a couple of other rooms. It's not a hotel. It's just a small pub thing, a small tavern.
I know, but are there other rooms that are shut? Doors shut.
Where the doors are shut. Yeah, the doors
Yeah.
the doors are shut. Yeah.
I'm going to try and check those rooms.
Please don't steal anything from them.
Do you think I'm that stupid?
You're on the landing. Estelle, where are you?
I'm glad I didn't have to answer that. I'll stay on the staircase, wait for Zabby.
Okay, you're on the staircase. You're halfway up the staircase. Zabby is going to try the first or the second room door.
What is Zoe doing? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, I'm going to check both doors.
Owie is down in the bar area. She's just looking around. Just like wondering why did you choose out of everywhere to work here?
Does she ask me this?
No, but that's what she's thinking.
That's what she's thinking. Yeah, that's what she's
The
thinking.
face she pulls probably.
Yeah.
Is like,
I want to check the first door that I see, basically. You know, just try and open
the door's
it.
closed. The door's closed.
Is it locked?
No.
I push it open.
You push it open,
Mhm.
and you can see in there
Mhm.
there is a bed and a table and a
Mhm.
chair and a window which is wide open,
Mhm.
and the curtains of the window seem to be just blowing gently the outside air.
So nothing out of the ordinary. Yes.
Nothing out of the ordinary, no.
I go and check the
Apart from the
second.
window's wide open.
The window's wide open.
Yeah.
Before I go and try and open the second shut door, I'm gonna look out of the window to see the surrounding area.
What's the view like?
Yeah, what's the view?
What, out the window?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see that there is some crates and some boxes stacked up outside of the window.
Mhm.
It's an alley, and you can see the rooftop of the building that is adjacent to the Dusty Jug.
So same level roof or lower?
It's lower.
Ah, okay. Okay. Zabby would keep that in mind.
I go higher up on the staircase.
I go and open the second door. That is shut. So I'm
watch
checking the
that.
second one.
You open the second door?
Yeah.
You open the second door,
Mhm.
and you see the end of a bed,
Mm-hmm.
the side of a table.
Okay.
Did Zabby leave the door open in the last room?
Yes.
I closed the door of that room.
Okay.
Mm.
And then just as you're pushing the door open,
Mhm.
you see a female hand come down on the bed.
Yeah.
Very pale, very not extremely pale, but palish hand come down on the bed and start pulling at the sheets.
Okay.
Oh my.
A female hand.
Yes, just a hand, bit of a wrist,
Um.
lower part of the arm as well.
Oh gods.
Maid knitting the bed.
Would I remember how the skin color of the Black Priestess was, or no?
Vaguely, but it's just you just see a hand and an arm and a wrist. Seems to be like pulling at the bed sheets.
Do I hear any groans?
No. What?
What a question.
Show your face. I
No.
know.
Very little in the way of sound, actually.
What the fuck?
So what am I seeing? Because I just went to close the other door.
You
that
close the other
Zabby
door and you
didn't-
can see Zabby's just kind of like just push the door open just a few inches, and Zabby's kind of like looking like through the ajar now, the now ajar door.
Is it just her, or is there another person in there?
Don't know. All you can see is just a hand coming down on the bed and just removing sheets. The door's only open just a few inches.
But you don't realize we're making this like moves. Because I didn't stealth in this place.
Shut your face.
You don't know anything. You could just be a maid. That's covering for me.
Shit. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Can I somehow just push it a little bit more so I know?
Yeah, you can push it open if you want to push it open.
Yeah, just push it a little more. Just trying to keep quiet.
You push it open,
Mhm.
and you can see that there is a girl in there, human, ginger curly hair,
Oh God. Okay.
and she's packing up the bed sheets and the pillowcases and the towels and all that kind of stuff, and she's putting them into a sack.
Mhm.
She turns around, she says, "Ah, what do you want?"
Nothing. I was just curious what was going on here.
What does it look like it's going on? I've got the laundry to do.
Oh. Okay.
Who are you talking to?
What race is she?
Human.
Human. Okay. Estelle, there's this woman apparently getting the sheets, doing laundry.
Sorry, we were just checking how this establishment was. Don't mind us. We're leaving anyway. I walked down the I tried to take Zabby with me, and we're going downstairs.
Sorry to bother you. I just follow.
Wait, I closed. I moved Zabby when I said all that, and I moved Zabby, and I have a glimpse inside, and I closed the door.
Okay.
So at least I know what she looks like, and then I leave.
Okay, right, you're leaving. Always sees you come down the stairs, come down the stairs and just make straight for the door. And she's like,
Oh,
"What?
actually,
Oh, we're leaving."
I push Zabby, then I go back upstairs.
Oh,
Wait,
God.
I just thought of a question I could ask her,
Oh, okay.
Of
Coming down.
the timing.
and I opened the door again. Sorry. Do you know where the boss guy of this joke? Where is he?
Your manager.
Otis.
I forget his name. Sorry. I've forgotten he had a name. I just called him boss.
you
didn't
don't-
give me the name Otis. I don't remember Otis being
Otis? I'm sure it was Otis. Otis.
Check
there. Is
your
it
sheets
Otis?
because
Is
it
it
could be
Otis?
I think so, yeah. I think so. From what I remember.
Anyway,
Well, I'm noting it down now.
Okay.
'Cause for some reason, I don't think I have that in my notes at all.
It was nearly a year ago. Otis. Dusty Jug,
guy.
boss, Otis. Yeah. He's on a delivery.
To where?
I don't know. Somebody's having a birthday party. They asked for some ale. He's out delivering it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm covering for the girl who ran away. Used to work here.
You're the one covering. Okay. Thank you for the
Mind you, he didn't mention anything about being invaders coming into people's rooms while they're trying to do their work.
Sorry, I was just checking, make sure if no one was around or if there was someone. You look like you're doing a good job, so I'll leave you to it, and have a good day. Thank you for answering my question.
He says, "Damn right, I'm doing a good job. That's why it's paying me twice as much as the previous employee."
He paying you what now?
Hey, what?
Oh, you got screwed.
He's paying you what now?
Twice the rate. Short notice employment. And now the tax levies have been done away with the getting rid of that Grimmer guy. People are spending more money.
Alright. Well, thank you for your time. What was your name so I can remember if we meet again?
I knew she was gonna ask that.
Gilly.
Gilly.
Yeah.
Gilly.
She's like, she's human, and she's ginger.
Yes.
Ginger curly hair.
Ginger.
Gilly, yeah. She was hired at short notice because the previous employee ran away.
Out of character, did you say Estelle sent a letter to him?
Apparently also smashed the place up before she left.
Is that what he's telling people?
Well, that's what she's been told.
Alright. Well, thank you for your time, Gilly.
Not that she's a one to gossiper, but apparently she ran off with a Rohan guy.
She's got to him, but it's like over half a year ago.
How long? How long after did you cover for this runaway?
What do you mean? How long? How long
Like-
after she disappeared?
Yeah,
A few weeks.
and then you covered since.
Yes.
Okay. And there was no one prior to you, right?
No. They did advertise, but nobody wanted the job.
Okay. No, I knew that he was gonna have a cover, but yeah,
Okay,
the way
guys.
it was done.
Zelly, out of character. Didn't you, and I quote it from a previous game session that you didn't you send a letter to the manager?
I wrote a note to my mum, but I don't know if I wrote a note to the Dusty Jug.
Because I think that you did, and you did send 2 letters, one to the Dusty Jug and the other to your mum.
Not when I was elsewhere. When I was leaving, I definitely wrote down like I'm gonna go away, but I don't remember if I did.
Meant.
Well, I'm
I
going to
just-
go away.
You know, before you left Rivendell, or whatever the river thing.
Yeah.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly from the
I'm gonna see
session
my notes.
before I came in. No.
Did I
this-
actually leave a note to the guy? Because I'm pretty sure I would have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you would have sent both a letter to your mum as well as a letter to the place that you're working at. Because I know Zabby doesn't know this. Zabby doesn't know.
Shit, I didn't write
know that
down.
because I watched. So.
Well, I know I didn't write it down, so yeah. But then again, I didn't write it down when I said I ran quickly to my house to leave a note. So, but I remember that definitely. I remember doing
I
that.
meant
'cause-
I meant the Rivendell one anyway. That you sent a letter to the place.
Apparently that is what she's heard on the streets anyway. Apparently the former
I
employee
didn't.
ran away with a Rohan guy.
So I'm guessing the letter didn't get there.
If you're talking about when we were in Riverdon, I sent a letter. I only sent it to my mother.
You sure?
Yes.
Let's continue.
Okay, fine. Because I'm sure that she did send 2. Just saying.
If she can't remember, then it's not important.
Well, this is what the
It-
guy did with that time. So, fuck her.
I'm just gonna say this. It will be in the video thing that you 2 did. So
It's fine. Either they didn't get the letter, or like this is just gossip that she's just like making things up.
Okay. No worries. I say goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Right. Yes. There you go.
I'll leave you to it. I'll leave.
so
I
leave?
closed the door and leave.
Oh, we stood outside thinking, right.
next move.
Where do you want to go to next?
I've got a sour face. I say, yeah, we're leaving. We just looked the place. Now I want to take the route. I don't want to be. I don't want to go directly to my house. I want to go like.
Maybe a blind spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's either this way and then going like that, or probably that way actually.
Okay. Just think about it, because apparently there's a window on this side, yes?
There's a window on both sides.
Yeah.
I just, or the other route I was saying, like. Oh, I did it wrong.
Well.
But wouldn't they... No, they probably wouldn't, because of the houses.
I'm trying not to go directly to it, like...
Okay, so you're gonna make your way...
I know what you're trying to do.
You're gonna make
what
your way to the house.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, like
Make
one
your
way
to
or
the
another.
house. Okay, Theo and Dylan Trust.
There you go.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
You arrive at the Grey Ivies. Yes. It hasn't changed in the last, since you last saw it the day before.
Well, Theo saw it the day before I did.
Yeah,
You
Theo
went
saw
past
it.
it.
You went past it, yes. It's
Did
still
it?
run down.
You have to go past it to get into the village.
Yeah, it's kind of on the roadside. It
ridge
just
before
sits
you
on
go.
the side of a small burn kind of thing, small shallow river. On the east-west road, just off from it, by about 50 feet or so. The top two floors is predominantly guest, sleepover kind of thing. The first floor is for the lower class individuals. Top floor is for the more well-paid, and the more wanting to pay, private apartments kind of thing. Downstairs is a kitchen. There is an area for the residents to live and to work and to do their cooking and cleaning, all that kind of stuff, and to sleep. And a bar lounge kind of area as well on the ground floor, as well as a storage room. There is some steps on the back of it, some stone stairs going down that go down to a small kind of underground storage area underneath the kitchen, which is where most of the vegetables and the barrels and cases of wine are all stored.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it's overgrown, especially around about the first floor level. It gets its name because half the building is actually covered in this silvery ivy. Yeah, the small sign that seems to be swinging outside is only swinging just by one actual one loop kind of thing, one hook, and the other one seems to have rusted and fallen off. But you can see a very faint painting of a green board, and on it is a silver kind of almost elven-like in style. A single ivy leaf.
Gonna make this place look really good one day. It's gonna be back up the top again. But the reason I brought you here is, as far as I'm aware, this is the only way to go through the village. This is the main entrance from that side, where you come travelling back from the wall. This is the only path going in and through Kevin Hard.
Yes.
If the bloke has travelled this way, there's a possibility he may have stayed in one of these abandoned houses, or in this inn, this puppy inn. So I was going to ask you, while we're here, is to look around, see if we can find any tracks, any identification that he may have been here or passed through here. He could have taken a wider berth, gone through the woods and headed round the back, gone straight through the woods. We would never have seen him that way. But if he's travelling with group or on a cruise, we would have to come past this way. No, that's correct, isn't it? This is the only path.
The East-West
goes
Road.
this way. Yeah.
Yeah, the East-West Road goes between Edoras and Minas Tirith. I mean, there's different ways you can approach this as well. You can approach it from the north, but you'd have to cut across open, prairie land.
Yeah, but it's not like if you've got a cart or a horse or
Oh, if you've got a horse and cart, you'd have to go. It'd be better to come down the road, yes. If you've got a cart, yes.
Let's go check it out then.
So I would like to walk in here with Dimdraz and sort of do. I will do a perception roll for either seeing if anyone might have stayed here or anyone might have been here, as well as trying to identify the tracks.
Okay.
Which is also what
Are you percepting outside or inside?
Well, this is a bit I don't mind doing outside first and Dimdraz inside.
You guys can sort it out amongst yourselves. Which one? Who's going to do which?
Dimdraz go inside and I'll do outside.
You may be better inside and I may be better outside.
Oh, okay. I'll go inside then.
Alright, I'll let you go first.
So I want to do like a perception roll for anyone's been here, other than myself, because I know I came here the night before. But I want to try to find any tracks or any things that says that someone might have slept here recently or passed through here recently.
Okay.
Knowing that I've been here myself already.
You doing the inside?
Yes, I'm doing the inside.
Alright, roll.
Oh god, not risking that again.
$84.
And that's going to be perception, yeah?
Perceptions, yeah, general perceptions. Just look things out the ordinary.
What was that one? That's plus 57.
130 somewhere or other. Okay, you spend some time just searching through the... there's nothing on the ground floor. You don't see anything out the ordinary on the ground floor.
Okay.
You go to the first floor landing, when you're going through each of the doors, each of the rooms, there's about 4 or 5 rooms. They seem to be shared accommodation. You can see that there's some disturbance in the bedding, in the sheets. But you're not fully convinced whether it's something that you just didn't notice first time around, and somebody, because the beds haven't been made in quite a while. There's nothing else that looks as if it doesn't belong here. But you can see that you're not 100% certain. You think that, like, there's been some kind of disturbance, like there's some movement of the pillows and the sheets and things like that, but you're not really fully convinced because it is a direct kind of place.
Do they look like they're still covered in like a thick layer of dust, or?
Not so much. Not so much. This is the sheets, the beds and the sheets. Everywhere else seems to have like its usual covering of dust.
If I touch the bed and the sheet sort of lightly, if I lay my hand down, like bare skin, does it feel warm? Does it feel like there might have been heat here?
It doesn't feel warm. It doesn't feel freezing, but it doesn't feel warm. It just feels as if it's like there has been some kind of disturbance, or there has been some movement of the sheets. Okay.
Do I see movement like footprints or anything like that?
No, nothing else looks odd or out the way. You make your way to the second floor, the top floor. Mm-hmm. From the ground floor. You've done the first floor, you're going to do the second floor. And these are the very ornate rooms. These are more decorative. They've got some paintings on the walls. They've got some some nice dresses, better chairs and things like that. And you open up the second room. You go up to the second room, and you can see that there has definitely been somebody sleeping in the larger of the beds, because it looks like somebody's thrown the top layer of blanketing over to one side.
Okay.
Go over and have a closer look at one of the pillows. And just off to one side, you thought you were just going to miss it. You were just going to miss it. But you can see that there's a very long single strand of hair.
Long hair?
Yeah.
A girl's hair or like a man's?
No, it's a girl's hair. It's a female hair. Like it's a long female hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fair.
Colouring?
Kind of like a blondish, brownish kind of, definitely fair-headed.
Okay. Can I feel the bed, see if it's warmish or?
No, it doesn't feel any. It doesn't. It's been empty for for too long for it to it doesn't receive any heat or anything like that. It's not like the beds we use today. It's a very simple, higher standard, but very still medievalish kind of bed.
Okay. No worries, I will...
One single strand of hair, where it's very thin, and you would have anybody would have easily have missed it. But you can see it, it's just hanging there, just on the side of the pillow, just lying across the pillow and across the end of the bed.
The sheets all been thrown to like one side of the bed.
It looks like the top duvet cover, the thickest blanket cover has been thrown, like as if somebody's just getting out of bed. It looks like it's been thrown over to one side, not entirely, but just looks like it's been thrown to one side, like somebody's just got out of bed.
Okay.
And hasn't been put back. The blanket has not been put back. So you kind of like 90% convinced that there's somebody's been sleeping here, but you can't tell how many, or who they are, or reasons as to why. But somebody. But you know that there's been possibly, because you're looking at the hair strand. It's very light, very fair, very almost blondish, and it's quite long. It's definitely a girl's hair.
Okay. I will go down and see if any porridges have been eaten by the...
Okay.
I'll have a quick look around to see if I can see any tracks in this room, like any foot shapes or any handprints or anything like that.
There's no footprints and no handprints or anything like that. It looks like everything else has just been, just like as you. Like you're racking your brains as if there's like, come on, Theo, you're trying to remember exactly the way it used to look like. But it just looks pretty much like, I'm fairly certain that hasn't been moved. That could have been moved, but I'm not 100% certain. That might have been moved, but it looks like it belongs there, kind of thing. Everything else looks pretty much the way you think it looked.
Okay. When
you last visited. The only thing that looks out of place is it looks like somebody's actually been sleeping in the bed. You can't tell who, and you can't tell for how long for. But and this single strand of hair, which looks like it's a girl's hair, might not be. It also looks blondish or brownish or very fair hair as well. It's very long. It's about 14 inches long.
Okay, no worries. Cool. I will start heading down because I think I'm on top floor, aren't I?
Yeah, you're on the top floor, yes.
So have I checked every other room?
You check every other room and everything. Like as you go through it, it's like there's like nobody's like used the baths because there's no water, there's no heating, there's no fireplaces. It's like it's still derelict and still abandoned. It just looks like you're looking at it and you're just thinking, well, there might have been somebody here, but I can't tell for definite.
I'm gonna go head towards the kitchen. Probably go down to the cellar as well.
Okay. Dylan Trust?
Yes. Sorry.
You're outside?
Sending messages here. I am going to do a perception check.
For?
Okay, initially I'm going to look for tracks on the ground.
Yep.
To see if there's been anyone around. Oh, that was a great big
Magic.
10.
What do you mean 10?
Well, it's 0.
It's a 0. Go on.
Okay. I wonder if I'll get another 0. Yep.
100. Roll again.
It's 100. So the dice gods are favouring us.
You see nothing.
I see nothing. Yay! 7.
And the other one. Should have done that one first, but never mind. That'll do.
Ah!
77. So 177 plus your perception.
Which is plus 66.
Alright, okay. Yeah, you kind of it doesn't take you long to just go wandering off, and you wander off into some softer kind of earth, and you can see that there's horseshoes, like imprints of hooves.
Okay. Can I tell which direction they are travelling in?
They're travelling. They're headed in the direction. They seem to have come from the direction of Edoros, and they're going in the direction of the village, which is Kalos.
Can I tell me how many people are there?
You're guessing maybe about between 6 and 8. And they're fairly fresh. They look like they've been there for about between 8 to 10 hours.
Can I tell which horse prints were actually mine? You know, because I did travel.
Yeah, you can. You can tell which ones. These
so
are.
Can I eliminate mine and like what would be Theo's group?
Yes, you can eliminate those. These ones seem to have like a different hoof mark.
Can I just double check? You said 6 to 8 people in this group.
6 to 8 horses.
Alright, 6 to 8.
Between 6 to 8 horses. You don't see any wagon tracks.
So, from what I can tell, these are 6 to 8 horses with single riders or more than single riders. Or can I not tell that?
You can tell that one of the horses, the hoof prints seem to be deeper than the rest.
So that could possibly be...
It could possibly be a bigger person riding it, or it could be more than one person riding it, you're not sure.
Or no one riding it.
Or somebody, yeah, I was gonna say, nobody else is riding all the rest, and it's just one person leading 8 horses.
I'm gonna carry my tents.
Yeah, it could be carrying like some baggage or some chests or something like that, or something really, really heavy. You don't know, but it seems to be, one of them seems to be, it's got deeper impressions than the rest.
Okay. Can I do another perception check, please?
4.
This time I'm wanting to listen for these particular horses. Like, I
Well,
can
listen
hear
to
them.
okay, right, yeah. You know the hooves were there, like they were about 10 hours ago, them impressions were made.
Oh, bollocks. And
You know?
do
Yeah.
Well, I still want to listen just in case I can hear anything.
Okay,
off in
yeah,
the
you can
distance.
roll for listening. Yeah, go on, you do perception for listening.
It's the red one I do first, isn't it?
Yeah, red first, red and blue. Go.
4. Should I flick it?
Mm.
No, I'm not gonna flick.
Where's that gone? Okay.
7. 47 plus 66.
It's 100 and something. Okay, you can't hear anything that sounds out of the ordinary. It's like you can't hear any horses, you can't hear any galloping, you can't hear any hooves. You actually put your hand down on the ground as well to see if you can feel some of the vibrations travelling through the earth. Yeah, feel any tremors or anything like that. And it's like, no. It's like whatever was here is exactly that. Was here about 8 hours ago.
Okay.
They're not here now, and they're not anywhere near here now. You're not sure what it is, but you can guess that there was probably between 6 to 8 horses here. One seemed to be a little bit larger, or a little bit heavier, or a little bit like bulkier than the rest. They were here about 8 to 10 hours ago. They arrived, they came in one direction and they left in another direction, and that's it. You can't tell how long they stayed for, you can't tell who was riding them, or whether they had any riders, or if they had any packs on them, or whatever it is. But they were here, they rode in and rode out again.
Okie doke. I travel back towards, I walk back towards the inn and wait for Theo.
Okay. Theo, you come downstairs. You're back in the on the ground level now. You can see there's the kitchens. There is the kind of like the dining area, a storage area, a residential area, like a sleeping area for the owners, a kitchen area, and there's the open cellar that's like underneath the building as well.
Yeah, I mean, same sort of thing. I just want to have a look around and see if there's anything that I didn't.
You have a look around, you can't see anything like unusual, anything's been moved, and anything that's like not out the ordinary kind of thing. It's like, oh look, somebody's left a gold coin on this counter or something like that. It's like nothing like that. It just looks as if it's been exactly what its purpose was to serve, which was basically an open house for everybody just to come along and just spend the night.
Yeah. No, like freshly bowled or any messes or anything like that.
No. Whoever
Right,
was
but-
here, you know definitely there was somebody here. You don't know how many there was.
No.
You don't know who they were, but you know there was somebody here. But they've done a very, very good job of trying to remain hidden and trying to keep themselves covered up. If they were in all the rooms, then they've done an excellent job of being able to disguise themselves or hide their tracks, so to speak. With the exception of one room which is on the top floor, which you can notice there's definitely been somebody sleeping in a bed who has thrown the quilt to one side, like the top blanket to one side, and left it like that. And there's been a single strand of hair, one single strand of hair left or has fallen out, or you have found on one of the pillows. It's a long strand of hair, it's possibly female, about 14 inches long, very straight, and it's a fair in colour. It's fair in colour, which is either blonde or a brownish kind of, light brownish kind of colour.
Okay, I will go out to Pinterest again. While
I can't tell you whether that's been left deliberately, or I can't tell you whether it's just an accidental find or whatever it is. You know, you did roll extremely high, so
I will go out and see if I can find interest.
it doesn't take you long to find Tom Trust.
I explained to him what I found as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I think someone stayed the night here. I'm not. I came the day before. I don't feel like the bed sheets were left like that. I found hair and it's.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask you, can I take a look at this here?
Yeah, it's upstairs in the bed.
Oh, you didn't take it? Okay.
No, should I have taken it?
I don't know.
Is that
It's up to
something
you.
I think I can go?
Before I go into the building, I say to him, well, what I found seems to support your theory, because there are horse prints, at least 6 to 8 horses.
68. Oh my god.
60.
6 to
It's a whole
8.
platoon.
6 to 8. I can't, guys, I really can't talk greatly right now because I've bit my tongue.
I know.
So around about either 6 or 8 horses. One of them seems to be carrying a lot more weight
Okay.
than, from what I can tell. Maybe you can get something better. And I point Theo in the direction of where I found the horse prints.
You looked where they were going.
They were headed in the direction of Karnos.
Okay.
But this was like possibly 8 hours ago.
I'm gonna start walking down the path. If you, as I say, the hair is up on the top floor. It's in one of the bigger bedrooms. If you want to catch me up after you've checked in there, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna slowly start walking back. And I'll just say, just keep going past the junction we came out of, and just go straight across it until you get towards the watermill. See
Okay.
if you left. Or should it be one? Go past that.
I head up to where Theo told me the hair was to have an
Okay,
inspection.
you make your way up to the top floor kind of thing and find the room. Yeah.
Yep. I look on the bed.
You look at the bed, you can see the bed that Theo was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I see the hair?
You like you kind of squint and you're looking and you're thinking, oh, this must be it. It's kind of like it's a thin piece of stranded hair. It's light in colour, almost like brownish, kind of blondish, very, very fair. It's about 12 to 14 inches long.
Is it similar in colour to my own?
Possibly.
Do I recognise it?
What? It
Like, no, like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Do I
Like,
recognise it? It's a
do
hair.
I recognise it in
No.
terms of it would be like an elven kind of style
You
hair?
can't
Like,
determine that.
Okay. Okay, I look
Smell
around.
like.
What? What? What?
Does it taste elvenly?
Okay,
you-
Smell
I'm
anything
gonna
elvish.
I'm gonna take this hair. I'm gonna take this strand of hair.
Yes.
I'm also gonna.
Bed sheets smell elvish.
That's not actually a bad idea. um,
Okay.
hold on, I'm just making a quick note.
Yeah, actually gonna
Um,
It's about 12 to 14 inches long. It's light blondish kind of hair.
So it's quite long.
Quite long, yeah. It's quite long. It doesn't
As
appear
long
to.
as Dylan trusts hair.
Yeah, maybe, possibly.
so that's what I was asking you, like in terms of.
I don't
would
recognize it. I
recognise
recognize
Would
this
it-
hair. This
it
is my
similar?
hair. No.
Like,
if I say, would I recognize it? Would I say, could I easily mistake it for like a strand of my own hair? Is what I mean.
Probably mistaken for Theo's hair, though, because if you have only one single bit of his hair, it would be a light coloured hair like that.
Well, that's very true, but
Because he's sandy coloured hair.
It is one of those things you can't possibly kind of like, oh, this hair belongs to so and so. It's a piece of hair that you found on a pillowcase.
damn it, why aren't forensic science like available for us in regular?
Why
We're not got enough spells for it. Yeah, not got enough
Why
spells.
I
isn't
was
there
gonna say, there are
DNA
spells that allow
checkers?
you to
No
locate-
spells for origins or anything like that. No.
Ooh.
Right. Anywho, I am gonna look around the room for any kind of like.
We all know that there's spells where if you possess something that personally belongs to somebody, then you can do certain things with it, kind of thing.
Well, I'm wanting to do another perception check for
What?
any telltale signs that an elf could have been here other than myself.
I have a spell, technically.
Technically.
Technically, you're in Thorburg right now.
Yeah,
It's a
I know.
big technical.
That's why it would be useful.
Roll.
I could literally like take this hair and be like, dream about it.
Dream about it.
That's my forensic science.
Forensic science. What the?
And 5, so 25 plus 60.
The hallucinogenic ideas of a spellcaster.
Bollocks!
Okay, as far as you know, because the roll that you did is not amazing, but
No,
as far as you can tell, there's been no other elf in this place. Looking around, it's like going off the information that Theo has like shown you and the evidence that you found. You know somebody has stayed this place, but you don't know who they are. You don't know how long they stayed for, and you don't know like the first thing about them. Really, you just know that like it's raised more questions than it has like answered any problems.
Okay, I again want to do another perception check.
Oh God, are we?
And this time I'm looking for anything out of place.
How
Like,
would you know? How
literally
would you know it was out of place?
Yeah,
Well,
you've gone into a warehouse. What's out of place? Don't know. I've never been here before.
right, okay. Well, this place is set up like an establishment, right?
It's a looking establishment.
Yeah, like
An establishment that hasn't been worked on since like the majority of the village and the
hence
visitors
the
have all
reason
disappeared.
that certain things would not have been moved. So I'm
Like the
looking
bed?
for- well,
the
like
door, table.
yeah, like all of that kind of crap. Basically, everything in the room. If what you guys are saying is what we're thinking, like what the characters are thinking, for instance, I did not roll that. I just dropped it for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like we know that this establishment hasn't been used much
For a while, yeah.
for a long time. We also know that these people have come here, but they've also tried to cover their tracks, as in they don't
They've
want
done a
us.
very good job of not being
Yes.
detected, with the exception of
Of
the
the
hair
horse.
that you found in this room.
And the horse hoof prints outside, because let's face it, you can't cover those up. So I want to look for any signs of anything that has been disturbed more so than basically this one bed. Because at the moment, this one bed is our only evidence that somebody has been here. Yeah?
Okay,
So that's kind of what I want to look. What
that's
I
all.
want
That's
to look.
all there is. That's all there is to going to go on.
Well, I'm wanting to see if there's anything else. It's even like
Roll.
more subtle
Roll.
than that.
Roll.
Get a high roll with me.
Well, 170 somewhere. Roll.
Whoa.
That's gone.
44.
Nope.
Plus 66.
It's 110. No. The only thing that looks odd, you know somebody's been here.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you've got to go on is that whoever was staying in this room has long fair hair.
Okay,
Other
what
than that, you've got no clue who it is. It could be any race on Middle Earth, with the exception of an orc.
what is in the room other than the bed? Is there like a dresser or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a dresser and a couple of chairs. None of them have been tampered with. There's still a thick layer of dust on them. Looks like the drawers haven't been used.
I'm gonna go over to the dresser and I'm gonna open the first drawer.
You open the first drawer of the dresser.
Is there anything in it?
It looks like there's been some kind. Somebody's left some flower petals in the drawer, but it looks like the flower petals are from probably like several seasons ago.
Okay, I close the first drawer and open the second one.
Very similar. There's some. Looks like somebody's left some rose petals in the bottom of the drawer, but the rose petals have all like turned to dust.
Okay,
Several seasons ago. Yeah.
I close it and I look on the dresser. Is there anything on the actual dresser itself?
No. There's still a definitive layer of dust on the top of the dresser.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the room and head for the kitchen.
Okay. Theo.
Yes, I've been walking down the path towards the woods.
Oh, you've left him, have you? You've left.
Yeah. He said he was gonna do it.
All right. Okay.
Go
Yeah,
after
leave him.
me.
You're making your way back to Kalost. Yes, you're making your way back to the woods.
We'll stop at the people who are around there and ask them if they've seen anyone during the night or early morning.
Okay. Don't trust. You're in the kitchen.
Do I see anything miss in the kitchen or cleaner than it should be?
No. In fact, it looks as if the kitchen hasn't been cleaned in probably about 4 years.
Okay. Do I see any cutting knives kicking about the place?
There's various kitchen knives like just laid around, but they look like they haven't been used in quite a while.
You could have asked.
Are
Theo,
they
if
rusty?
you-
No.
If you need a weapon.
That's fine. Are they No, I don't need a weapon. I've got my shulcrum and my whips. Which, by the way, you've not commented on, but
And
whatever.
one
Scythe.
scythe.
Yeah,
One
one
scythe.
scythe. Are they rusty? The knives, the kitchen
They're
knives.
they're not rusty, but they're not megally sharp.
Okay.
There's like somebody's just like either abandoned the kitchen or left the kitchen, or they've like. It looks like it's still waiting. The pots and pans are still laid around as if they're still waiting for somebody to pick up and start using them. Like somebody's just stopped using the kitchen and hasn't come back yet. It's just like an abandoned kitchen.
Okay. Where are the dice?
Well,
I
you
can't
flung
see-
one over the
I
side of the
can't
tip.
see them.
There's one here.
I can see one.
There.
Right, I've got the blue and I couldn't see the red there. Okay, I'm gonna do another perception check, and this time I want to listen for any breathing.
Breathing. Okay, roll. Breathing.
That was on a roll.
So what was it? It's just he rolled both. So when one hit the ground, the other hits.
The other one hit, run, flew into it. 29. Nobody breathing, apart from you.
Oh god, they died.
I'm gonna go into the basement,
Okay.
and I'm gonna let Lee have his turn because.
Lee's walking down the road. Lee's
I'm walking. That's all
Lee's
I'm
walking
doing.
down the road,
okay.
yeah.
What do I see when I get into the
You
basement?
get into the basement, you can see that there's various barrels, there's some crates, there looks like there's some very old and very dusty, like, cider bottles, a lot of cobwebs a lot of spider webs. Some leaves seem to have blown into the cellar and gathered up into one corner. It's very damp and very smelly and very foisty. The wine that's in the barrels has been there for 4 years. It's no longer wine.
Can I open one of the barrels?
You can turn one of the stop taps. It's kind of like a plug tap on the side of them.
Okay, I'm going to do that then.
Okay.
I'm just going to turn one of the
You
taps.
turn one of the taps on, and there's kind of like a spluttering sound, and then like a bubbling sound, and then it's like the wine does flow out of it, but it's absolutely rancid. It's more like vinegar than it is wine.
I immediately turn off the tap and say, why men drink like this, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely stinks now. Absolutely stinks. The whole cellar's now smelling of like vinegar. Very, very
good for cleaning.
neat vinegar.
Good for cleaning. Do I hear anything else in the
You don't hear anything else. All you
So
gotta go on
this-
is there was somebody here, they're no longer here.
Okay, the spider webs, how big are they?
They're not
They-
giant. They're not giant. They're just like normal house spiders.
Massive. They're going to tangle yourself up in the kayak.
They're just like normal, just cobwebs, just dusty cobwebs.
Okay, I'll leave the cellar and head up into the kitchen again, and just for Zelly, I pick up the nearest dirty plate and leave the building.
No!
Yes!
All right.
Inside joke.
Told you it was gonna happen.
God. Okay.
Told you it was gonna happen.
Right.
Now, when I say dirty, it can just be dusty. You know, it doesn't need to be filthy.
All right. Okay. So you leave the building, yeah?
Yes.
You leave the building. Okay. You following Theo?
Yes.
All right. So you toddle off down the road and following after Theo. Oh dear me. Right. Estelle and Zabby.
Hello.
You're making your way between the buildings. Yes. Towards Estelle's house. Man way. Yeah?
Okay, but which route are we taking? That's the
Taking
question.
the longest route.
Yes.
Okie dokie.
Taking the longest route. You have a clear sight just by like looking around one of the corners. You actually like having to stand under a dripping drain pipe to get the best view of where Estelle lives or used to live.
So I say this like kind of quietly, though I know for elves they
We're
would be able
staking.
to.
No, all we says so. We're staking out your house, are we?
Yep.
I was about to say. So how are we gonna get in your house?
Oh,
Without
that's
getting
easy. We just
spotted.
go to the front door. We knock on the door.
I don't really want to knock on the door
no.
just yet, though.
I look at both of them. The Black Priestess could possibly be there, right?
Okay. I do a spell.
What spell?
Wherever we're staying, stoking out the house, I'm going to do a spell.
Uh-huh.
We're pretty close to the house, right?
Oh yes, yeah. You
Like
can see the house.
literally meters away.
Well, yeah, several feet. Go on.
I'm going to do a spell. It is called Intuitions. And Intuitions 1 or Intuitions 3?
I heard of that one. What's it do?
You know what it
Causes
does.
a major
Well,
catastrophe.
intuitions is basically a prediction
No, I'm being
spell,
please
isn't
be
it?
sarcastic.
Yeah.
I know, but just to explain, like, to anybody that's listening, prediction spell, is that like a
You've seen me done it
prediction?
20 times.
Yeah,
Well,
we didn't.
Yeah, it's a prediction spell, is it not?
Yeah.
Intuitions 1 or Intuitions 3?
What's the difference between the two then? Just
Time.
curious.
Time.
Time.
1 minute.
So
1 minute to either I see into the future for 1 minute, or I see into the future for 3 minutes.
might be better to know.
I have 129 points.
I
With my loot on my back.
I think at this point, as a player, I would suggest a longer time. But that's up to you.
Intuitions 3.
Okay.
It's a level 5 spell,
Okay.
so I'm gonna do that one.
Oh my god, I got cold feet.
And then I'm gonna see what will happen
Roll.
if I were to go in.
To the front of the door.
If I try to get into the house.
You try to get into the house.
Yeah.
Roll.
Either through opening the door or knocking.
Which one do you want to do?
Try through the window.
First, try to open the door, then knock.
Try to open the door, then knock. Okay, right. Try
Yes.
the door first. Roll. Their spell.
No, in the same time. So that's my movement. So what I want to do in this next 3 minutes from seeing in this spell, I want to go up to the door, try to open it because I don't think I have the key. So I'm gonna try and open the door, see if it's open. If it's not, I'm gonna knock on it and see what happens.
Okay, roll. Base
That's
spell.
literally my entire movement. That's why
Alright.
I want to look.
Alright, okay.
Oh, that's good, that's good, that's good.
89 plus my base spell,
Which is?
Which is...
29.
Okay, armor type.
No armor.
Level of the spell.
Level 5. I'm level 7.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm doing this accent.
You gotta get 44 or less. Be allowed to minus 55 to it.
44 less. Basically less than 90. Basically.
What did you get?
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
I'm fine. 52.
Okay. This is what would happen if you went up. You see yourself just like there's like a blurriness kind of thing. Then time's like either stopped for everybody else and sped up for you kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You see yourself going across the street. Take the first step to the in front of the across the on the threshold kind of thing. So you got a couple of steps before it reaches the main door. The door's on the corner of the building. You reach up, grab the handle, pull the handle, and push the door open.
Right.
Okay.
Nothing else happened?
Would you want to go inside?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You go inside, and you see your mother. Yes. Facing you, kind of like sat down on the far side of a very lovely, well decorated, exactly the way you imagine, you remember it. Sitting in a single chair, very well cushioned chair. She likes sitting on nice soft cushions.
Yep.
And she faces you, and she sees you coming through, like opening the door and stepping into the house. She's got a cup of tea in a cup of something. You imagine it being some kind of elven tea in her hand, and she's holding the saucer. She looks at you, and she sees that you are who you is. She says, she sees that you have you've come back home, kind of thing.
Yes.
She puts down the cup of tea, and she comes over, and she gives you a big hug.
Yes.
Yes. And asks, "Where have you been? Why did you not, why did you not try to come home sooner?"
No one else is with us?
Oh
I can
yeah,
see.
yeah, there is. Sitting on the sofa, with her back to you, is the Dark Priestess, who's sipping another cup of tea, and she turns around and sees who your mother is hugging, and then stands up, still holding the cup of tea, smiles politely and says, "Estelle, you've finally come home."
Is that the 3 minutes?
That's it.
Shit! shit!
I was going to do it again, but have an arrow drawn to the end.
What do we do?
You don't know anything.
I know, but I'm just saying as a player, what do we do?
Well, I wanted to make sure that was still a thing, so that confirms that it's the same thing.
Confirms the same
okay.
thing.
Yes, always confirms the same. I just did the spell.
Uh-huh.
I say to the group. It's the same thing. They're there. Someone's there.
Yeah.
She's there.
Always says what they're doing.
Having tea.
Ooh, that sounds like a good idea.
Well,
Why would you think that?
Yeah. Oh wait.
Yeah, why would you think that?
Well, having a cup of tea.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good thing to do.
And this kind of chaos?
Oh, what's she gonna do?
I mean, what they're gonna do, really? And it's you know.
What's she gonna do?
Mother
Really?
doesn't know really anything. Really. From
Anything
the
else you
spell, was there anything else in the room other than the priestess and mum? If I
No.
could see?
There's just the priestess, and the dark priestess, or Morningstar, and your mother.
Yeah.
And there might have possibly been a plate of biscuits between them.
Okay. And a tea.
And the tea, yes.
And that was it.
Yes,
In the room.
you recognise distinctively the teapot.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't like this.
But your mother came over, gave you a big hug, and was very thankful that you actually were, one, alive, and two, that you actually could come, you were back home. And she was very pleased, and Morningstar turned around, stood up gently, still holding her cup of tea and her saucer, turned, and smiled and said, "Estelle, you've finally come home."
I don't like that.
Is any windows open of my house?
No.
All closed.
Oh, yes.
We don't know if they're locked or locked.
Do I since I've lived in this house, is there any back doors?
Not really, because it's a corner building.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just the only entrance is that door.
Yeah. That's why the door's purposely built into the actual corner of the front of the building. So
And as
they-
soon as I go in, I
Yes.
can literally just be seen by the two of them.
No.
Or can I, like, sneak in my house? Like,
You'd be seen by your
quietly.
mother, but the way the house is set up is that your mother actually sits in a chair facing the front door and actually seeing both of the windows. Like,
Oh,
on
it's
the
an
opposite corner.
open plain area.
Yeah, but Morningstar, the dark priestess, is sitting on a sofa, two-seater sofa, very nice, beautiful sofa, with her back to the door.
Mm.
Always, that's what we're
Estelle,
gonna do.
There's no way to climb up to any of the windows.
Not
are you
really.
sure?
There's
Goodness.
no way in but the front door because all the windows are closed. I can't do an Estelle while I climb in one of the windows. And they're just sitting there having tea, and literally my mother's literally staring at the front door.
So you don't know.
I literally, the only way I can really get to her, or I don't really want to wait because there's fighting going on in the south. So.
Oh yeah, it's raging at the moment.
And sooner or later there'll be like a because they see like enemy fortress for the enemy people are coming. So
Estelle,